You may have just started your business and you're wondering if doing pop-up shops or just events overall are a good way for you to get your name out there, and if it even makes sense in this year, like the year that we're in right now. Does pop-ups even make sense? The events make sense? Like, you're trying to figure out if this is something that's beneficial to you as a new business owner. As someone who's done plenty of pop-ups and I've been paying attention to the pop-ups and the events market, I am going to go get into detail as in why I think you should or shouldn't, and also what it looks like for the year to come. So keep watching. So first thing is first, I know on the internet the term pop-up can be used to identify the pop-up storefronts and then pop-ups when you go to an event. So I just want to clarify, in this video I am going over pop-ups as in me as a small business owner, or you as a small business owner just going to events and doing pop-ups, just going to events and doing pop-ups here, popping up at markets, yada yada yada, etc. That's what I'm referring to. Who should or shouldn't do a pop-up? That's what you're asking, right? Let's think about it. So someone who just started out in a business, I think pop-up shops can be a really great way for you to get your branding out there, your name out there, and for people to actually try your products and tell you what they like about it. This is an opportunity to give them samples. You can give away free samples, really tiny bit, and get like real live review of what customers think about your products. You know, if you're trying to make more sales, then this is a great option for you, because you know, a lot of us are under the impression that once you start a business and you're online, you're going to make all this money, it's going to go viral. We all don't have the same path. So that means someone who goes online and they start making big bucks right away, that might not be it for you. So if you see the opportunity to go to a pop-up, then go ahead, sign up for it. You're still doing your online, because you know, most 9 times out of 10 they're going to ask for your online presence, so you can share this with them. But you could go to these events and see if you can make some sales at these events before your online, is booming in the way that you'd like it. The next thing is, with the pop-ups, it helps with your online sales. Why? Because you're going to go to these pop-ups events, you're going to meet customers, they might be returning customers. That's number one. Number two, you're able to get content from this. You can take pictures, videos, record, all of that stuff, so people can know you, trust you, and know that you're an actual business and that you're serious about what you're doing, and that other customers are trusting you as well. A lot of people are under the impression that doing a pop-up is just for like new businesses, old businesses, middle businesses. Honestly, doing a pop-up is for anybody. Like, I've seen businesses who people are in business for a good amount of time who go to pop-ups. The older businesses, they might go to pop-ups like during certain seasons. That's what they might do, right? New businesses can do the same thing as well. So it's not just, for this type of person, that type of person. You want to make some money, you want to get your brand out there, go ahead and do a pop-up. It cannot hurt you to do a pop-up. Just don't go to any sketchy pop-ups, but definitely put yourself out there and go ahead and do a pop-up, because there's still events going on to this day. There's still people looking for people to pop up at events. There's still, now that everything is over, there's craft markets are opening up again. There's different fairs, and you can go ahead and have a pop-up there. Just a disclaimer, if you have skincare products, certain events that you may go to, you might want to find out how you're going to preserve your products, because we know like a lot of body butters and mixtures, they melt in heat. Well, it is winter time, so it might be good in the winter time, but summertime, you're going to have to figure out that part, because they don't want your products to melt. What to look out for in pop-up shops, or just what to look out for in the whole pop-up space overall. All right. So what happens is that people might think doing pop-ups are dead, because it's a time, it's the internet time, and a lot of online businesses are booming. They're like signing up and out of the gate, like they're taking off, right? And because of that, as I mentioned earlier, a lot of people are thinking that this is the way and the only way for you to get success. Now, does this mean that you're going to completely stop? Does this mean that when you do pop-ups, you're not going to do online? No. You're going to make it a balance. Depending on how your business is structured, you're going to have to be able to balance pop-ups. Sometimes you have a business and you don't have that online presence, so you go to these pop-ups to create that type of online presence, right? You don't want to go to a pop-up that you're going to waste your money at. Sometimes we know these lousy pop-ups. If you go to lousy pop-ups, you're going to waste money. I am taking into account that there are some pop-ups that are well known, and then sometimes you go there and it just doesn't work for you, and you don't make the amount of money that you want. I understand that. However, there's some pop-ups that we have no business going to. Like we know that it's not gonna make no money. And based on what the pop-up is about or the event is about, sometimes you can tell that they're not coming there to purchase anything. So you going there with your products and paying for this spot might be a lost cause, you know? Next thing I'll say is not do a pop-up without advertising it. So you might lead, then you probably will lead with, you don't have any customers, how are you going to do ads? You don't have an audience. That's perfectly fine. Sweetheart, when you do pop-ups, when I did my pop-ups, I didn't have any audience either. I probably had, and even if I had followers, they weren't followers who were buying anything. They were just followers who were supporting me and online customers. So locally, if you want to do pop-ups, the key about pop-ups, if you're doing it locally, you're going to want to advertise it. I don't know, a lot of us are scared of ads, but they do come in handy. Also, don't allow not knowing how to do the ads deter you. There's plenty of videos that you can look at, and I even make a quick one to show you how to boost a post in order to get the best results for your pop-up. If that's something that you're interested in, comment below and definitely make sure research it and figure it out, because it can be very helpful for you. Next, not all pop-ups will go as, you know what I mean? Like, not all pop-ups will go as well. As I mentioned this earlier, sometimes you'll go to a pop-up and you expect the most, and you go there and it just wasn't your day, and it never turned out how you wanted it to turn out, and that's okay. Just next time, see what went wrong. Maybe it's wrong on the event owner part, or maybe you never do enough advertising, or maybe it's just one of those events that a lot of people didn't come out to, and you just have to understand that happens sometime, right? Also, this is a very, very, very important tip. Very important tip. Some event scammers, what am I saying? Some event holders or hosts, some of them are scammers. I kid you not. I was supposed to do a pop-up before, and they advertised the pop-up as if hey, it's keeping at this hotel X, Y, and Z, and I paid for it. And first of all, let me start over. It was hard for me to get in touch with them, right? It was hard for me to get in touch with them. And then when we called the hotel, they were like, no, there isn't an event here. And after a while, honestly, come to think of it, I think the hotel was in on it. Yeah, I think the hotel was in on it. The reason why I think the hotel was in on it is because after a while, like, I think I called once and then I called again, and it's like they stopped answering it, or they start noticing the numbers, because I'm pretty sure when they had this website I signed into. I don't remember what the website was called, and I went on it and other people were saying the same thing. So they know damn well that something was fishy here. And so there was no event. It was like, I think it was like 200 at the time. They put it out there that there's an event, you pay for the event, and before the time comes, it's either it's cancelled, or you just can't get in touch with them. The hotel is saying there's no event there. Like, yeah, there's scammers in every industry, and it's crazy because this place, or they had an Instagram with pictures, and what I came to find out is that this Instagram, they were repurposing pictures from years before, because I did my research. I was like, after I realized they were scammers, I was like, let me go look up these people. Found their Twitter. Some of the pictures on their Instagram were from Twitter, old pictures, and they kept repurposing, because they did have events that they kept repurposing these persons and scamming people out of their money. So you have to be very careful with some of these event hosts. What I suggest is, when the event is planned, before you even pay your money, verify the event. See how they're doing it on their social media, and check them social media to see if they've done any other events, and see if people actually go, and especially when you spend a lot of money, see if people actually go and see how it went, right? So just make sure you do your due diligence, and just be careful with some of these people, because there's scammers everywhere. I'm not sure if I can say that word on YouTube, but be careful. Pay through PayPal, because that's how I got my money back. All right, so I hope you found this video helpful. I hope it answered all your questions. And if you want more information, I have a playlist here of videos on how to prepare for your pop-up shop, card readers, etc. So if you want to continue hearing more from me, keep watching. I'm out.